Adam Scott is best known for his roles as Ben Wyatt in the NBC sitcom Parks and Recreation, and as Mark Scout in the Apple TV Plus thriller series Severance. His performance in Severance earned him nominations for a Primetime Emmy Award and a Golden Globe Award. His filmography includes appearances in The Aviator and Step Brothers. Beyond acting, he has dabbled in podcasting, co-hosting You Talkin' U2 to Me, a funny and chaotic show about U2, and other random topics, alongside Scott Aukerman. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Adam Scott. He almost changed his name. During his time at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, Adam Scott considered changing his stage name to Adam Cordero, based upon his mother's Sicilian maiden name, Quartararo. He believed this might lend him a more authentic and method actor persona. However, after practicing the new autograph and feeling totally embarrassed, he decided to retain his birth name. He took any work he could get when starting out. In the early stages of his career, Adam Scott accepted any acting opportunity that came his way, including background roles and student films. He told Backstage, "I didn't turn my nose up at anything. I was always of the mind of, I'm going to do anything and everything. I just want to get in front of the camera or get on stage and do anything." This approach led to a variety of early roles, such as a chest wound victim on an episode of ER, a background appearance in a Tia Carrere music video, and his film debut as an 18th century dandy in Hellraiser Bloodline. He credits Step Brothers with changing his career. Adam Scott credits his role as Derek Huff in the 2008 comedy Step Brothers with significantly changing his career trajectory. Prior to this film, Scott primarily took on dramatic roles. Portraying Derek, the arrogant younger brother of Will Ferrell's character, marked his first major foray into comedy. This experience allowed him to learn comedic improvisation from co-stars like Ferrell, John C. Reilly, and Kathryn Hahn. In 2018, Decider labeled Scott's appearance in Step Brothers the funniest comedy debut ever. He was asked to join Parks and Recreation. Adam Scott was invited to join the cast of Parks and Recreation in its second season, portraying Ben Wyatt. Before securing this role, Scott had auditioned for a different character during the show's development phase, but was not selected. His initial appearance as Ben Wyatt was in the penultimate episode of Season 2, titled The Master Plan, which aired on May 13, 2010. Scott's portrayal of Ben Wyatt, a state auditor who becomes a love interest for Leslie Knope, was well received, leading to his promotion to a series regular from Season 3 onward. This role significantly boosted Scott's career, establishing him as a prominent figure in television comedy. He had to fight for his role in Big Little Lies. Adam Scott gained fame for his comedic roles, often playing wisecracking nerds, obnoxious villains, or a mix of both. His 5-year stint as Ben Wyatt on Parks and Recreation cemented his reputation as a comedic actor and boosted his visibility in the industry. However, after Parks and Recreation ended, he wanted to explore dramatic roles, something he hadn't been offered despite starting his career in dramas like Party of Five and The Aviator. When the role of Ed McKenzie in HBO's Big Little Lies came up, Scott had to work hard to prove himself, auditioning multiple times. Ultimately, landing the part was both challenging and creatively rewarding for him, marking a successful return to dramatic roles and showcasing his versatility as an actor. Severance helped him process his mother's death. Adam Scott found that working on Severance helped him process the grief of losing his mother, who passed away in March 2020 due to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. In the series, Scott portrays Mark Scout, a man who undergoes the severance procedure to separate his work and personal memories, partly to cope with the death of his wife. This parallel between his character's experience and his own personal loss allowed Scott to channel his emotions into his performance. He shared that during filming, he was often alone due to pandemic restrictions, which intensified his feelings of isolation and grief. He told AV Club, "I processed it through Severance and went through it and tried to confront it through the show. It ended up really helping me." He was surprised by his Emmy nomination for Severance. Adam Scott was pleasantly surprised by his Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for his role in Severance. He described the show as a big, weird swing and didn't anticipate the widespread acclaim it received. Scott mentioned, "Expecting people to connect to it would have been absurd. We just didn't know, and you never know." This nomination marked a significant milestone in Scott's career, as it was his first Emmy nod after years of work in the industry. He co-hosts several comedy podcasts. Outside of acting, Adam Scott co-hosts several comedy podcasts. Since February 2014, he has co-hosted You Talkin' You Two to Me, alongside Scott Aukerman. This podcast humorously delves into the music and impact of the band U2, often using discussions about the band as a springboard for improvisation and absurdist humor. The series has also explored the works of other artists, including R.E.M., Talking Heads, and Bruce Springsteen, under various titles. In January 2025, Scott teamed up with Ben Stiller to launch the Severance podcast with Ben Stiller and Adam Scott. This podcast provides episode-by-episode breakdowns of the Apple TV Plus series Severance, featuring behind-the-scenes insights and guest appearances from the cast and crew. He is a devoted fan of David Letterman. Growing up, Adam Scott would watch Late Night with David Letterman on a small black-and-white television in his room, finding comfort in Letterman's dry, sardonic humor. Scott has expressed that a significant motivation for pursuing his career was the aspiration to one day sit on Letterman's couch. Reflecting on this, he tweeted, "A good 80% of why I wanted to do any of this was to one day sit on Letterman's couch." He has collaborated with his wife. Adam Scott has collaborated extensively with his wife, Naomi Scott, in the entertainment industry. Together, they co-founded the production company Gettin' Rad Productions in 2012, which was later rebranded as Great Scott Productions. Through this venture, they have produced several notable projects, including The Greatest Event in Television History, Other People, Fun Mom Dinner, and Ghosted. Their professional partnership complements their personal relationship, as they have been married since 2005 and share 2 children.